Welcome back to another episode of Forza Horizon 5 on WM G92. In today's episode, we'll be driving the 1956 Ford F100 truck. This thing is powered by a 4.5-liter V8 naturally aspirated engine, which only produces a low 173 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque, which is delivered to the rear wheels through a 4-speed transmission. And this whole package weighs 1508 kilograms, which is heavy for this much horsepower. It lies in the D-Class 302, so this thing will take a lot of work as well. But we'll upgrade this truck and see how high we can take it regarding horsepower and if it gets any good in racing. So without further ado, let's start today's episode. Alright, to start off this episode, we are going to jump into a dirt race. And I think the Baja Horizon Scramble might be a good race. So let's jump into this race. We have definitely jumped into the 1950s again. Look at that, so many old cars. But we're here to talk about the Ford F100 today. It was quite slow off the line, which was a given. And this thing only revs up to 500 RPM. Ford's F100 truck series was a hit in the 1953, but didn't really make a mark until the 1956 model, when the best looking and most powerful variants of the Ford's classic workhorse was released. With a new grille and a wraparound screen, fans of the blue oval had the optional V8-2, which boosted the F100 to a respectable 167 horsepower. Plenty of power for a hard-working vehicle. The F100 went through additional revisions, but for Ford truck fans, the 1956 model remains a high point. And you know what? I think the truck isn't doing too bad. Being old, heavy, and underpowered, this thing is keeping up with the pack. Well, at least not the leading, but the middle pack. We do have the 4-speed manual, so the gearing is going to be quite weird, and it slides too much, but that was a good slide. Oh, I just forget to shift third gear. The fourth gear is so long, it's totally unusable in a race, unless we get a long straight. And I suppose these tires aren't going to help this truck either. That was a bounce. I don't know whether that's a low grip of the wheels or the mud, but the wheels are sliding quite a lot. Sometimes even the wheels spin in fourth gear, which should not be possible in a car this low horsepower. We're definitely in the middle of the pack and we are struggling to get ahead. That's a lot of slide. It looked like someone deliberately watered the track before the race. Why is there so much water on the track? Oh, that's a front flip. That's a front flip. Oh my god. No, and we even lost a position. Well, at least your truck is rear-wheel drive and it can drift. Also, we are on open diff, so it's going to slide a lot. Look at my competition. They're so far ahead. It must be a kilometer of distance between us. And the guys in the lead are almost about to finish. No, I can't lose to another truck. That is going to be really embarrassing. Come on. Our red F100. You can do it. Please, let's go. Don't lose to that blue truck. Oh, losing to a baby blue truck. Well, that is it. 8th place on a watered-down racetrack. 6 minutes for that 3-lap race. Okay, so let's jump into the garage and try to get this vehicle beefed up, because this thing is definitely not going to perform bone stock. Okay, so let's see what upgrades we can do. We can get all-wheel drive and turbo for the truck, so that is good. So here are our engines. We can get the 6.2-liter V8, already spicy, 6.7-liter V8 turbo diesel, which is going to be a very high torque one, 8.4-liter V10, that thing has no place in this vehicle, a 8.9-liter V8 DSC, that is also extra spicy, and a 7-liter V8 twin turbo. That is the Funko engine, and we will definitely get that in there. So how about we start with a 6.7-liter V8 turbo diesel. I've never swapped in the diesel engine and I really want to try it out. So let's put that in there. So with that much torque, I think we do need the all-wheel drive. I was trying to keep it rear-wheel drive, but I don't think that's going to work. And that will push us to C-Class 507. And I'm going to choose the wheels because wheels are very important. I'm going to put the off-road tires. These are very tiny tires. We have 155 with tires. Those tires are extremely narrow. They might have worked in 1956, but they don't work now, especially with 4 times the horsepower. But if we get wider tires, we can go 245, which I think would make a heck of a difference. So let's get those 245s in the front and in the rear. Now finally our truck can get some traction in the mud. Let's also get some new wheels for it. I will be looking for some off-road wheels because we are going to be racing off-road. These don't look bad either. 1552 cast monoblock turbo Mac. They're 11 kgs lighter, so I think they should work fine. We also had some beadlock wheels. Yeah, these are the beadlock wheels. They do lose a 17 kg, which is not bad, and they look nice too. We got one from the HREs and the other one from KMC wheels. So maybe let's get the KMC wheels. We can even go full donk on 21-inch rims. So 16-inch rims is where we're going to be. Let's come to the power now. Let's fully upgrade this thing. Let's see how high we can take it. I just remember I can't do a turbo swap in it now because this engine comes with turbo. So now we have 1049 horsepower and 3147 Newton meters of torque. From working in a farm to becoming an off-road racing monster. Let's go check out some of the suspension. We'll definitely be going to needing some new brakes because those 1956 brakes are not going to stop this much horsepower. We'll get the race brakes for that and also suspension. Now we do have the race suspension. Oh my god, look at that drop. This has just become a hot rod. If only we could have wheel spacers, this thing would rock any auto show. We do have the rally suspension, and best of all, we have the drift suspension. We'll be coming back to that later, but right now, let's get the rally suspension. Let's get some anti-roll bars front and back, and let's go to weight reduction. Let's see how much weight we can reduce in this thing. We can only lose 273 kgs, which is not that much considering we were 1500 kg stock, but with the addition of the new horsepower, I think it will work well. Now let's get to some drivetrain upgrades. We will be needing a new gearbox because the 4-speed gearbox was way too weird. We can get the 7-speed transmission, 8-speed transmission, 9-speed transmission, 10-speed transmission, and a 4-speed drift automotive transmission. So you have to put the 7-speed transmission because we don't have the 6-speed transmission. We'll also put in the race drive line and a new differential. Let's put a race differential on. And what can we get with the aero? We can get some front adjustable aero or no aero at all. I think we'll need some aero, so I'm going to put the Forza aero on. Also for rear bumper, we can remove the rear bumper, and that is it. No spoiler for us. Oh yeah, we can put a rear wing, so it's not that bad. And for side skirts, let's see. We can get a side wheel. Why do we need that? That only adds weight. Yeah, we're not gonna put that on. And with that, I think we're done. Okay, so the car now weighs 1450 kg from 1500 kg. Our horsepower though has increased massively. 1049 horsepower from 173 horsepower. We've come from D302 to S1823. We'll get all the setup for 99,000 credits. So let's jump into the paint shop now. Let's see what colors this truck came from the factory. Oh wow, we have a huge selection of colors here. Old cars had so many colors. I think the red looked best on it, but I think I want to go custom paint this time. Talk about a custom color. We got the glitter purple Hot Wheels paint. Alright, I think I'm doing that. And also maybe get a carbon fiber hood for it. We can get the polished carbon fiber or the matte carbon fiber. I think I'm going to go with the matte carbon fiber. Also, we can do the rims. Let's see what colors I can do. I can paint the face of the rim, which I think can be white. I'm not sure what the paint group 2 does, but I can also do the inner barrel. Let's keep that black. But what I'm most concerned about is the outer lip, the bead lock. Yes, we can paint that, so that is good. If we couldn't paint that, I would be sad. Maybe let's do it neon green. I think that looks neon green, so let's paint it. Let's get our brake calipers red and our windows jet black. There we go. Our custom off-road racing truck is completed. So now let's find another race. Let's jump to the Montana Trail. It's an off-road downhill race. Let's see if I've made the truck better or worse. I think the only thing that's going to create problem for this truck is the gearing, because it had very short ratios. I did try to fix them, but I wonder if I made it slower or faster. And we're about to go. There we go. Oh, second gear, third gears are too short. Yeah, gears are still too short. I hope I don't top out in the gears. The gears are actually working. Yeah, this car is performing well now. I think I made a good truck. Oh, not bad. But second, third, fourth gear are rally gears. They're so short. Oh, I topped out. Oh, yeah, this is not too fast. I have to make the gears even longer. But let's race with these ratios for now. Sadly, we can't put a turbo with anti-lag on this diesel engine, or it would have been really cool. Also, my RPM range has even shortened. Oh, bounce back. Because we're driving a diesel truck, so the RPMs are going to be very low. Another Ford F100. I wonder if it has a diesel setup too. Look how dirty my race truck got. Oh my god. Come on. You know what, Forza should also introduce off-road kits for the car. Maybe trucks like these, they should be lifted with big 44-inch tires and huge suspension travel. That way these trucks would look cool and also be usable in the off-road races. But I have to say, I do have a lot of grip this time. I may not be first, and the race is closing to an end, but I'm still impressed with the truck. It was also a good decision to put 4-wheel drive on, because I don't think this truck can make it with rear-wheel drive. Oh, there we go. Took second place. Now keep it there. And there we go, second place in a Ford F100 diesel turbo truck with 1000 horsepower, 3 minutes and 26 seconds. I think that is a good start. Guy in the first place was in twin mill. That has 2 engines. So if you consider that, I think we did pretty well. 2 Ford F100s on the podium. If that doesn't tell you this truck is good, I don't know what will. So we know this thing can perform well in off-road race. How about I take it to a road race, just to see if this truck performs well on the road as well. Alright, let's jump to the upgrade shop. So the first thing, I'm going to swap the engine. Maybe this time I think I should go with the 8.9 liter V8 DSC. Hopefully this thing performs better than the other truck. Can you hear that sweet chop? I know I can, but we can't upgrade this engine anymore. So that is sad to see. Let's see what horsepower we have. We have 1500 horsepower. We have enough. We don't need any more upgrades. This engine puts us to the middle of S1 class. But one more thing I would do is to put the drift 4-speed transmission in. The 7-speed is kind of undrivable. Also, I need to put full slick tires on, because 1500 HP and off-road tires does not equal good results. Alright, let's install that. With the new engine, our weight has decreased as well, while giving us more horsepower. So that is a profitable swap. Okay, so I forgot to throw in the suspension and wheels, and now we're at the bottom of S2 class. So not too bad. Okay, so now let's find a road race. I don't want to do something with too many corners, because I know this thing won't have much grip. Maybe I think this Grand Pantano race would be good. Let's jump to that track. Even if we do lose this race, we're at least going to look good. Alright, let's start our first street race with 1500 horsepower truck and all-wheel drive. That was a good launch, but the other cars are fast as well. Hopefully we can get some grip. Oh wow, it does not turn. It just does not want to turn. I have made a bad decision. Oh, so much understeer. And I think the steering angle isn't that much either. Oh yeah, that's a lot of understeer. Good thing I chose a track with less turns. I need a long straight if I want to win this one. Nope, that was a lot of smoke. Right turn, right turn, right turn. Please turn. No, it did not turn. Oh, sliding around. Please don't slide. Oh, I'm losing positions. I just did not tune the suspension too well. This is becoming bad race now. Move! Please! Alright, let's go. 50% of the race done. We need a huge straight. Please. Game. Forza. Please. No more turns, please. Why am I struggling this bad? Oh. Well, at least overtook that one. No! Into the forest. Oh. How did I get that checkpoint? Alright, 80% of the race done. I need a huge straight. This thing is just not turning. You have to fight it properly. We do get a straight at the end of the race, but now it's worthless. I really thought this truck would do good, but sadly it did not do good. And I scratched it all up. 7th place, 2 minutes 35 seconds. So not the best of results. Alright, now I think it's time to take this thing drifting. And I think I want to do that with the Funko engine. So let me throw that in the car and get to a drift track. I think I also want to revert this thing to rear wheel drive. That would be more authentic that way. Okay, so Funko engine, here it is, 1750 horsepower, 2002 Newton meters of torque, and 7.4 liter V8 twin turbo. If this engine can make this vehicle drift, nothing will. We can also get the twin turbo with anti-lag. Now we're talking. Let's also get the drift suspension for the truck. Whoa. That sounds good. It shoots flames from the sides. I didn't notice the exhaust on this truck is on the side. So it's going to be good to see it driving sideways and shooting flame from its side as well. Okay, so let's get this engine. It reduces the weight even further to 1288 kg with a 250 horsepower increase. But it does bring our class back down to S1 820. Let's get the setup for 84,000 credits and go do a drift event. With this much horsepower, I think the East Coast drift zone would be nice. Let's jump in there and try to see if this thing can set a new personal best. I've not adjusted anything. Let's see what this thing can do. And it's just our luck that the road is wet as well. It could be good or bad luck. And since I'm also on full slick tires, I think it's going to be bad luck. We're going to be slow, but at least we can get a lot of wheel spin. We can keep on sliding, even in 6th gear, but we're not going to get that much speed. And we need speed and angle, both of them together. Oh. This is just too much. The truck changes direction quite nice. 155,826 points. I don't know what my personal best is, but it's definitely higher than this. So I don't think I can do anything because the roads are wet here. So maybe I'll have to try another drift zone. Let's go to the less drift zone. I'm pretty sure roads here would be dry. No, they're still moist. But since we are here anyways, let's go see if this thing will perform any good here. Oh no, wrong entry there. But I can still make it go. Oh yeah, this thing can drift though. Oh wow, that is such a nice angle. The truck slid so nicely. Let's keep it moving. Oh. Huge angle, very big angle. 6th gear, didn't even need to clutch kick it. That was only throttle. $182, 87. Let's see how high we can go. 200,000, 203,000 points. I don't know whether that's a new personal best. Oh, it is a new personal best. Well done on our first attempt on a wet road. So I think this truck did it pretty well. And I'm even on full open differential. I didn't even bother to see the tune on the car. This engine has reverted so many of my settings, but still the truck performed very nicely. Alright, now I think it's time to take this truck to a drag strip. We're going to be drag racing this farm truck for the quickest time. I think I want to keep the same engine because it has a lot of horsepower, but I'll also be using all-wheel drivetrain for maximum grip. But I will be getting drag tires as well and keeping the same weight but with stock wheels because I want to make it a sleeper drag racer. I'm also going to be removing all the aero parts from the truck, maybe even make it lighter and remove the bumper as well. Also remove the spoiler. Now let's put on the off-road suspension so you can make this thing as soft as possible. And let's go jump into our first drag race. Nobody knows what's coming for them, but if they did have the slightest hint, they would never race this truck. Knowing not only this truck will beat them, it will humiliate them. Alright, we're off to the start here. We got the twin mill right to our head of face. Whoa, that thing just did a wheelie and that Bellairs wheelie just distracted me. Oh, I'm limited by speed. Let me start the race. I got to tune the gears. Alright, attempt number 2. This time, do not get distracted and shift the gear on time. Just like that. Now we're moving. Oh yeah. Even left the twin wheel behind. 1750 horsepower. Oh my god, this is really embarrassing them. That is so fast. Oh my god, I don't think they even reached the middle of the track, and I was already at the finish line. 13.621 seconds. And the fastest thing was the twin mill at 15.931 seconds. So I can say this thing is really fast. Okay, now time for another drag race on the longer drag strip. You know it's a good drag race when you're looking back, driving straight, and you can see everybody behind you. Just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Two F100s side by side, but they don't know what I've got here. Let's go. Oh, forgot to shift the gear. Oh no, this thing is fast. So is the twin mill. Oh my god, they're leaving me behind. Even the other F100. Why is this thing fast? I'm getting limited again. 365. No. 3rd place. I think I gotta give this another try. I'm gonna restart that, lengthen my gears, and try that again. This time I can do 381 kilometers per hour. Hopefully it's enough. That windmill is the one that I have to look for. Okay, no looking back. This time I'm going to shift. Wasn't my tachometer loading? I didn't know where to shift the gear. Okay, I'm gonna restart that again. That was on the game. The truck was so fast the game didn't even load properly. But now it's working fine. Yeah, the same thing. Yeah, the same cars are going fast again. Whoa. Are you pushing me? Yep, you're pushing me. Oh, I'm gaining at the red car. Too early this time. But no, that thing. Oh, the Bel Air. I think that's the Bel Air. No. Second. Oh, that was fourth. Last time I was third. 20.92 seconds. So this truck is just limited by its top speed. It can perform good on a short drag track, but it just cannot perform good on a long drag track. It did okay off-road, not too well on-road, but I think it did good drifting. That sounds weird talking about an American farm truck, but sadly his truck wasn't well-rounded. It should have performed much better on the drag strip. So maybe that's the reason people made it as a work truck, or else it would have been remembered as a motorsport vehicle. And on that note, I think that is it for this episode. If you like this episode, please like, comment and share, and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos. I'll be back with you in another episode pretty soon. Till then, take care of yourselves, and goodbye for now.